So I'm hoping that you guys are having a great afternoon because I am. And I wanted us to get started with the godly messages for today. So part 6 of the godly messages is about under attack. So, under attack. Do you ever wonder why you lose people? Or why people you love the most seem like they coming at you? It's because you have reached that moment in your spiritual where you are growing and God is showing you ignorance and tolerance. Meaning some of the people you love or outsiders may be ignorant in the presence of the Lord. Self-truth, meaning they will be ignorant or willing to lean by the seeking of you because the Lord is around you. When you reach this phase in life, it is very known for people to react because you are maturing and they haven't yet. This is not the time to act in a harmful way or question your faith because you are under attack. When people see someone say they believe in God, they test you, but do not be deceived, for you are not being tested by whom you think. You are being tested by people who want to believe but can't, or won't because they was surrounded by non-believers. So they looking for real honest and true believers. They feel if they can get you out of character, that you are just the same as everyone else and don't believe. That way you need to watch your tongue and how you react. God says, do not feel guilty if you have not completed this phase and stage of your life, as I, which is God, will reveal to them the truth, that I am real through the sake of them seeing how you will rise from anything anyone tried to do to you. And when they see also how you learned, also they will know I exist. And that feeling of guilt, of shame, will fall upon them because they realized they've messed over or tried to mess over a true believer. So within this topic that we are talking about when it comes to being under attack, I had to realize that basically I can give you guys an example of this because basically that was happening in my phase of my life. When I started writing these godly topics, I had to realize that this message wasn't just for, me preaching out. Because right after this, I started to be under attack. I started to be under attack right after I made this post. And right after I made this post about being under attack, I started to be under attack. And it was a very deep phase of my life because everyone was coming at me, questioning my spiritual, things like that. And it was just bothering me. People were coming at me from all expectations. And some of my relationships, it was very difficult. And I had to realize, I honestly realize now the reason why he got me back to speaking. And it's crazy. I just realized this now that I was literally writing and speaking something that honestly wasn't just for a warning to everyone else that I was speaking it to. It was also a warning for myself. He was basically warning me that, yes, you are now about to be getting under attack, because that's what basically happened. I got under attack. And now they seeing me rise because, wow, this is very big because now they're seeing me rise. I've risen and I've risen through all of the things that people tried to attack me from through the grace of God. And honestly, I'm going to tell you the deep truth. It wasn't me just waking up and say, oh, I'm going to get back to doing my topics again. No, God forced me that day. The first day I made the topic again, he forced me to get up because he said, oh, what you think you're doing? Like, you about to get up, you finna do this topic. I'm like, I don't feel like getting up. I don't, what? And because I was already in the mind that I didn't want to post topics because it's, you know, with spiritual realm of people seeing other people talk about spiritual, they're so judgmental and so self-centered, and sometimes that can mess with your energy. It can mess with your spiritual when other people are being so judgmental towards you in your spiritual journey. God followers who are already God followers must understand that when we are seeing a new person come into Christ, you are not to be too judgmental, for your words will stop their growth. Ooh. So this means pastors. This means everybody who's in Christ. You must be careful for how you speak, for whom you are awoken. And the people that are not awoken are coming to you for answers. So you cannot be walking around speaking ignorance, for you will distract the non-believers. Woo! When I tell you that, honestly, this is definitely the truth, because at that time, I was seeking for answers myself at that time, because I had just entered a phase of my life where I thought that it was really transforming in so many ways for me, because I'm going to give you guys the background. Well, I wasn't really a good reader. So I ended up becoming a very good reader once God, you know, brought me into the phase of reading the Bible. When I started doing these topics, my mom said, you know, you should give your scriptures to back these things up so people can really honestly understand what you're saying and knowing that it's coming strictly from God. So that's what I started to do. I started to work with God on learning how to read the scriptures. Mind you, I couldn't read the scriptures at this time. A _𝗓𝗢𝗍 Bible is literally hard for anyone to read, but I couldn't read, let alone understand. So God was really right there helping me and guiding me for each step of the way of how to read the Bible. So once I reached a phase of really understanding, really knowing how to read the Bible, I started getting real deep into my reading and real deep into understanding. It made me feel so happy because I completed something that I've been wanting to complete. I honestly worked on getting my reading together. And honestly, that was a very deep phase for me. So I was very happy. So yes, I was really happy to not preach, but I was happy to spread wisdom, happy to spread what God has done for me. And you have people that are in Christ that don't know how to watch the power of the tongue. It's okay that you want to give a person insight and help on their spiritual, but it's not okay to be quote unquote petty and try to, you know, say little slick stuff, because you're going to stop them from honestly listening to the knowledge. God says when you are speaking of him, you must speak with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And if you're not speaking with knowledge and wisdom and understanding, the non-believers will get confused from what you're saying, because you're not speaking knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And this is the things that people really don't understand. This is even with you dealing with your friendships, groups, and things like that. You should not be judgmental for someone else's spiritual, for you can learn from them. You see, we all do things differently. We all go away about our spiritual and about life differently because we all had different phases in our life. So we all can learn from each other. If another person is going out drinking and they still having God, you can honestly understand and get some learning and wisdom as to why they are doing that, instead of saying it's wrong. Because they can give you eyesight for what you have not seen and give you more deeper knowledge and wisdom and understanding. But see, when we are so judgmental, we are blocking ourselves from getting knowledge and wisdom and understanding. You get what I'm saying? So that's why we cannot, us brothers and sisters, cannot walk around judging each other in our own spiritual journey. For that is not your job, for that is God's. Why are you putting yourself in God's shoes? Only God has the final say to somebody's spiritual, not you. And I'm sorry to correct you guys on that. But yeah, so that is the topic of the day. And I hope that you guys enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day.